looking more at ICE as the key to business success, my claim is that business success lies at the intersection of innovation, commercialization, and entrepreneurship, and all three of these elements are needed. So shown in this diagram, we have business success at the intersection of these three major components, where innovation is creating things that provide value. Commercialization is discovering ways to monetize the value of the innovation. And entrepreneurship has to do with identifying funding sources for commercialization of the innovation. And so if all three components of this exist, it's my contention that you have a good possibility of business success. Well, what about the Cincinnati region? And I put together this quick start point diagram of the justification for thinking like this. If you look within 50 miles of Cincinnati, we have major academic institutions, major industry supporting activities, and support activities from several entities that are in the business of working with innovation and commercialization and entrepreneurship. If you expand that to 100 miles, you add more academic and industry resources, and 150 miles even more yet. And this is just a start point for this particular set of thoughts. We can build on this and make it a robust picture of the region. Let's look at ICE squared. The concept of ICE squared is that there are many tools that are used to stimulate innovation, commercialization, and entrepreneurship. Well, what would happen if we would apply these ICE tools to ICE in the Cincinnati region? So applying ICE to ICE, we come up with the term ICE squared. Well, some of the tools out there, the two that I'm most familiar with are Ambassador Applied Creativity and Innovation Games. And there's others out there we could look at. But how might ICE squared actually be implemented? Well, here's one way. We could have a one-day event, maybe at the Met Center, and have this event be open to all. Anybody can come and watch. The objective of the event is to identify one activity that will be done in the next 12 months that would solidify the Cincinnati region as an ICE epicenter. We could have 3 teams there to participate. We would have an applied creativity team using the applied creativity tool, an innovation games team using the innovation games tool, and then an adjudication team that judges between the proposals proposed by the other 2 teams. Well, how might these be selected? Well, one way to do that would be to have them peer selected. Those deemed credible are allowed to nominate participants, and the 7 participants with the most nominations for each team form the team. Well, that's just one possible implementation that I've thought of, but I'm sure there are others that might be even more interesting than that. But that's the concept of ICE squared.